subscribe and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone. Today on Lady Mary Beth, we are shopping St. Christopher's Resale. They're located on Blalock at I-10 in the Spring Branch area of Houston. They are across the street from Ma'am Resale. I found some hidden gems here over the years and I can't wait to take you inside. Join me. St. Christopher's is open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 5. Generous hours considering some charity resales close at 3. This is great lunchtime shopping. St. Christopher's Resale is an outreach of St. Christopher's Episcopal Church just across the parking lot, and they support area families and organizations such as the Houston Hospice, Lord of the Streets, and Mission of Yahweh, where I volunteered in high school. You'll also want to ask for a loyalty card when you check out, and you get punches and you can save off of your future purchases. Let's take a look at the store and discover some treasures. Beautiful items here that we're going to discover together, including a pair of glass cloches. I featured this on the channel, how to create your own cloche and how to utilize these in decor to feature a single item or to create a story. And that statue is just waiting to be discovered. So much to see today. This resale shop has several departments. My first stop is usually the gift or home accent area. They also have a wonderful book nook, some furniture, clothing, and seasonal items. And taking center stage is a beauty named Flora. And she was actually made by a famous French sculptor. We're going to talk more about the history of this piece, and a great find for the bronze collector. And we have a big clue here with the artist's signature, and it's nice that that was cast in the piece. A substantial and striking bronze sculpture. This is from the French artist Etienne Henri Dumège, and he lived from 1830 to 1888. His most expensive work sold in 2022 for $30,841. It is the revolutionary Camille Desmoulins, and this is well priced today at $225. Flora is elevated on a light green marble base. She is a beauty. Classic white pieces that go with every taste and style. And we have the big bulky pieces that create quite a statement, and also a delicate German compote made of fine porcelain. An incredible price at $52, and we'll talk more about the manufacturer and some of the history. Just look at this fabulous piece. The beautiful back stamp gives us lots of information on this footed compote. Von Schierholz. It's a company that started in 1816 in Thüringen, Germany. They later took on another business partner named Schierholz, and that's how we get the name. And the company was nationalized after World War II, and now they are a private company again, and they are still manufacturing these beautiful pieces. For a rustic look, we have a trio of Italian ceramics, priced at $65, and that classic white that would be stunning on a sideboard and perfect for any season. And that pedestal bowl would make a wonderful centerpiece. These are all handmade. In the cases, we have collectibles, tabletop items. And don't forget to look up top. You might find something you've been looking for, that perfect mid-century lamp or artwork. And we're going to open this case to see what we can discover. And I think there's a lot of history that we can tell here from some of the crystal and porcelain pieces. And don't be shy. You can also research, of course, using Google Lens if you're unsure of something. And here we have the perfect rose. This is a fantastic piece. Another great find here in the case, a Napoleon rose. It's not French, it's actually from Italy. It is in the Capodimonte style. These are hand painted by the company that's been in existence for over 40 years. Here's that beautiful Napoleon back stamp. This is their best seller. It is called Fragrant. It is a rose in full bloom. And this would cost $40 and up at a gift store. And at $12, that is perfect for a hostess gift. This could even be incorporated into a table centerpiece or even on a stack of books. And this is a great example of how you can gift your thrift. Let's take a look. There's some fantastic finds in the case here, and this is a very affordable treasure for $8. You probably recognize this as American Brilliant. It's a glass that was popular, made between 1876 and about 1920. In a previous segment at High Street Antiques in the Dallas area, I tell you all about the history and how a society hostess influenced this beautiful craft. A bargain at $8. A great barware set with these highballs at $5 each. This is the Alamo, which is a sacred shrine in the state of Texas. And this set of glasses was made to commemorate our sesquicentennial, honoring the 105th anniversary of Texas. I actually had a set of these glasses for a party. I eventually donated them when I didn't have the space. And they follow me everywhere. I see them often. Look at these beautiful crystal pieces. And this triple-footed bowl is absolutely perfect. Look at the shape of that and a familiar design. Hofbauer birds is a design you probably recognize. We've seen this in some of the German videos of the flea market where we saw an entire punch set with the red flashing. This is different because it is the all clear, which I actually prefer. I think that goes with just about everything. And it is a classic design. The Hofbauer company produced in the 70s through the early 90s in West Germany. Unfortunately, the factory burned down in the mid-90s. They did not rebuild, but they sold their designs to several other companies, including Nachtmann. And the quality didn't quite stay the same. So when you find one of these original pieces for $32, you want to grab it. It was subsequently sold to 2 other factories who manufactured this pattern. And a stunning crystal vase from Lausitzer. It is lead crystal in the starburst pattern, which is actually known as the Hobstar. 12-inch vase for $46. That is a very good price. You see the notched corners, which is indicative of European crystal as opposed to Irish crystal. And we have the original sticker, which actually gives us lots of information. A beautiful vase with a history. This company started in 1889 in eastern Germany. It was known as the Oberlausitzer Glaswerke Schweig. And they diversified in 1908 and created stemware. They were at one time the largest stemware producer in Germany. They were nationalized after World War II, and they employed 4,000 people in the German Democratic Republic, and they are still in business today, and of course they are a private company again. Another reason to always look up when you're thrifting. For $12, this vintage porcelain piece is a cash pot, could also be used as an ice bucket. I'm thinking that could hold utensils on a buffet or even makeup brushes on your vanity. And that could even be a vessel for a gift that you place inside. Find the perfect plant. This mid-century lamp is well priced at $35, and it has the original shade. A nice Hummel collection, and these are well priced. They have an interesting history with a Catholic nun who had drawings that were later put onto postcards and became widely known in Germany. In fact, we have one of the original postcards in our collection at our home in Germany. A carefully curated grouping of these figurines. I'm sure the owner had traveled far and wide to bring these back to Texas. And a great opportunity to build your collection instantly. A nice Hummel collection that has been donated. The Apple Boy is a steal at $15, and he has a West Germany back stamp that tells us it was before 1990. And Hummel art that was made in the Netherlands based on Bertha Hummel's original designs. If you take a look at the High Street Antique episode, you will learn all about Hummels and how they came to America. Let's turn over this Hummel art and look at the back. It was gifted in 1994 with love and best wishes. When selecting a Hummel figurine, you might be inspired by a childhood memory, or perhaps it reminds you of your children or grandchildren. This one is called Surprise, and most of them have names. The winter sled scene is fun. This one has a newer back stamp of Gerbe. I just love it. The Chick Girl is well priced at $15, and it's from a gift shop in Lucerne, Switzerland. I might have to take her home. We have a lot of blue and white together, which is very pleasing, and you'll see that it goes well with the pops of color. And on the bottom shelf, we find a modern design dish pattern. From Dansk, Concerto is offered at $215 for 31 pieces. Wedgwood Jasperware, even though it's an ashtray, you can use it for so many different purposes. And the back stamp, of course, tells us it is Wedgwood, made in England, in that beautiful blue. And vintage utensils are fun to collect. You don't have to have a matching set, and that's always great for serving. This one looks to have a Bakelite handle. It's priced at $8. And that, I would say, is probably from the 40s, maybe even 1950s. Clear glass or crystal makes the perfect gift because you know it goes with their dish pattern, tablecloth, and you can't go wrong with a set of glass plates with a beautiful etched rose design for $10. Tie a ribbon around that and you are ready for the next gift-giving opportunity. A set of modern glassware, $42 for 17 pieces. That square design is reminiscent of Lismore, which was designed in 1952 by Miroslav Havel for Waterford Crystal. This has a beautiful etched design, and that would be great for desserts as well. This brunch set is quite interesting, $34 for 9 pieces from Harker Pottery Company. And that gray color is actually very much on trend. And you've got a setting for 4 and the serving platter. And this is like a sandwich set so that you have the cup integrated into the plate. You don't have a separate saucer. And that is party perfect. And look at that edge design. Love it. Some Asian flair with this traditional Japanese tea set, priced at $32. Love that pop of orange against the cobalt. You will notice there are no handles on the cups, and there's an elongated handle on the teapot, which actually makes sense for serving. Has a beautiful back stamp. And the interior glaze is also interesting. I think this might be a newer set, based on a traditional design. A pair of cold meat forks in this case, priced at $39. And this was actually lovingly chosen by a bride in the 1940s, I believe, and she has donated this to St. Christopher's. Interesting to see the bridal selections from a different time period, and I can tell you that the tines of these forks are very sharp. Of course, you don't have to have a matching fork to go with your flatware pattern, and this has a series of hallmarks that tells us more of the history. This would be a nice addition to your serveware. It's nice that you also have a pair. And I'm sure these were used for wonderful meals and entertaining. A Delft trinket box is well priced at $10. And we always turn it over and look at the back stamp. And this is interesting because it actually, of course, made in Holland, but says USA. Perhaps it was made specifically for the American market. You could even have a candle hand poured inside this box. Place it on your coffee table, store jewelry inside. Lots of uses for trinket boxes. As you can see, there are other areas of the store yet to be discovered. I will introduce you to some vintage furniture. I think a Hollywood set designer would sure enjoy these pieces, and I can imagine they were in a formal living or front parlor. And look at these legs. I can imagine how that was set with some beautiful decorative objects.
French Provincial was popular in the mid-century, and this trio of Wyman furniture would be perfect if you're looking for an elegant mid-century look. You'll notice the black marble inset and the coffee table. It's priced at $400 for the trio.
It's almost a burled wood design on top. Let's open one of these end table doors to look at the condition, and it is absolutely perfect. It looks like it just came off the showroom floor. I know lots of folks do upcycle and paint mid-century pieces, but this is in original condition, and I would hope they would keep it as such. $95 for a sideboard. Look at this beautiful piece. Great for storage, for creating a beautiful display, for entertaining. And look at those beautiful Queen Anne legs. This is a bargain for under $100. Let's see what kind of great storage we have here with a built-in shelf. This actually just rolled in a few minutes ago. Let's take a look at handbags, something I'm always looking for when thrifting.
A wall of handbags behind me with Coach, Vera Bradley, and a Florida handbag that is mid-century and lucite and perfect with my turquoise dress. You could be mid-century chic for $50.
Designed by Charles S. Kahn, it was cutting edge in 1950. Marketed as the cut glass you carry on your arm, this caprice lucite captures the gleam of tropic moonlight. Here is a desk that actually just walked in the door, and I don't think it has a price on it yet. And as you will notice, it is a roll top, which is great for keeping things tidy. And now I'm going to take you on a book tour to the Book Nook. I'm going to tell you some tips and tricks that I have for this section of the store.
The Book Nook is a place to buy books from a wide range of authors across different genres. And I see these books in a different light. I will share some ideas with you. Very affordable way to find novels, but you can actually use the pages for arts and crafts. And you could even embellish it and bronze the book and add some details here, as you may have seen in the estate sale over a 3-day period that I showcased on the channel. And I did buy some of those books there that were $50 each originally at a high-end Houston design store. And that's just another idea. Of course, you could create a hideaway space by cutting out a center and keep some valuables. And coffee table books are always a good idea. And I use these for risers, and especially something as interesting as a Belleek book that is $5. You could simply take off that sleeve and you have a beautiful book. This was originally $40 at Foley's department store. It has the original sticker. And isn't that a nice look? And in a previous segment, How to Style Your Table, I purchased 3 books in this very store that I used for that centerpiece. And one was a book of watercolors by the Prince of Wales, now King Charles.
I like to have reference books on hand, not only to value and identify my collections, but understand the history and artisans who had a hand in making the items. The houseware section has some pretty and practical things, such as these pitchers. And at the end of the aisle, pictures. They do have some nice artwork here at St. Christopher's. Let's get back to the shelves and see what we can discover. I see a set of 4 double gold banded sherbet dishes. They are well priced at $2 each. You could serve a chocolate mousse with a dollop of whipped cream, a slivered strawberry, and a sprig of mint, or keep it simple with a scoop of homemade vanilla ice cream. These mystery plates are actually for serving fondue. For $1, that's a deal. Very popular in the mid-century and even in Germany still today. Lots of heavy metal and great pitchers. I can't say enough about this vessel. So many uses, as we've talked about in the channel. And I want to show you this one. It's a graceful look with a gadroon border. This was obviously prized by the previous owner. It has a Reed and Barton back stamp, but also on the left you'll see a series of engraved numbers, and that is something the homeowner would have added for security reasons if it ever went missing. And this picture has some wonderful engraving, Fourth Flight, a runner-up. That is a great prize. And it has part of the original sticker. Silver plate, unconditionally guaranteed. Metalware is great for serving. This would make a wonderful hostess gift as well. Celery, that's something you don't see too often. Let's take a look at that back stamp. It is from Fitz & Floyd, priced at $10. A lot of the major tabletop manufacturers got in on the metalware when it became popular with Wilton Armitel as a bridal selection. Even Linux has their own line of metal serving pieces. And that would be a great gift idea. Something I had not seen before, we're going to talk about the history of this wonderful Dinnerware from Holland. And this is definitely mid-century, a great find.
Drew cookware is not something I've ever seen in a thrift store. Also known as Royal Drew, it is made in Holland, and it was imported by Robert Evans in the 1950s, very popular amongst American housewives. It is a 200-year-old Dutch process fusing iron to enamel.
Buttercup yellow would go well with so many different kitchen colors that you might have. And that, you will notice, also has a French provincial design. Zur Silberhochzeit, a German collector's plate commemorating a silver anniversary. If I had found this 3 years earlier, I would have incorporated that into my table setting. A party perfect punch set, 11 cups, a ladle, a bowl, all for $25. This is the Yorktown pattern from Federal Glass. And how do we know this? I turned over a punch cup and I see that molded back stamp is Federal Glass. And it's actually an incredible deal because Yorktown is hard to find. Here's some more German items. Weg. Those are sort of like mason jars. 1 liter. You would have had either jam or most likely cherries that you would have preserved in those. Someone obviously has lived overseas. I always pause for beautiful hand-painted plates. Lily of the Valley, priced at $9. Let's turn it over. Actually is from Italy. I would have expected it might be Limoges. Beautiful back stamps. The frosted mugs take me back to childhood. We always kept these in our freezer for several different beverages, either root beer, a cold beer, or even an ice cream float. They're priced at $2 each, and that would be an interesting thing to have on hand. I'm always looking for pretty plates and pitchers. This one looks like a cross-stitch pattern. Interesting here is the back stamps were placed on top of one another, which is a no-no. I think it's really odd. It must have been a Monday after a busy weekend for someone, but it makes it more unique. This would be wonderful for fall. Look at that amber color in sort of a lusterware. $27. I like the fluted edge. That is a special piece that you could almost say is carnival glass. Avon Cape Cod, very collectible pattern. And that hurricane is one I have not seen before. I think that is extra special. And it is set nicely on that plate. You can see that for the holidays, $18. I like to collect interesting salad or dessert plates to add to my tabletop collection. You don't have to invest in place settings with serving pieces. Here you can have 7 plates for $65 in the burgundy pattern from Theodore Haviland with the scalloped edge and beautiful florals. Mid-century serving platters blend well with just about any dish pattern. There are a lot of Belleek collectors out there, including my friend Cassidy, and this coral piece in the center I will explain in just a bit. We'll take a closer look at these, including the back stamps, which tell us the era in which it was made. And hiding in the back, we have a Yadro for $50. Most of these Belleek pieces have a green back stamp that is the 6th mark from the Belleek company. You will notice on the pair of pigs here that there is a trademark R above the harp. That was made from 1965 to 1980. Those are priced at $55 for the pair, and that classic swan has the same back stamp. The coral is very well priced at $19, the bell at $20. This is actually a ring holder, and that I've seen for $35 and up on the secondary market. That's a steal today. Here's a closer look at that yadro, and of course we're going to look at the back stamp as well. And make sure it is a yadro and not a now, N-A-O. A now is made by the apprentices. Also a lovely collection. Barbie is hot with retail right now with the movie that has come out. And I love that resale stores are also merchandising in that way. You might find a vintage piece that is worth a lot. It's worth doing your research as you find these wonderful items. Of course, that takes me back to childhood as well. Love the Barbies. And some holiday collections. These actually might have value. Mary Poppins, I've not seen that before. And we're not going to take a very close look at fashion, but I just wanted to mention that they do have a nice variety. My daughter's beau was here in the suit section not long ago and found a German designer suit for $30, and it fit him perfectly. It's definitely worth the look. And here are some of the treasures that I'm taking home today. I found a larger Hummel artwork that they just brought out to go with the other two. And everything is so well priced, and I'm delighted with the handbag. It's definitely a wonderful store.
I've had such fun today shopping St. Christopher's resale. I'm taking home the beautiful von Schierholz compote. Can't wait to incorporate that into my table settings. The Belleek book, the Hummel figurine, and the Hummel art. And my favorite find of the day is this Miami lucite handbag, perfect for mid-century style. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with resale shopping.